And now with investing, right? I think most people, especially with our generation one, life is expensive.
Yeah.
We want nice things, right? And so balancing wanting nice things, life being expensive, and even being able to meet your needs,
Yeah.
and also thinking about the future. There's so much
Yeah.
to think about all at once that it's very difficult for you to make those decisions. Now with Generation X, the generation before millennials, it was very easy because you knew life was structured. You finish high school, go to college, get a starting job, starting salary of 20K, grow, you'll be promoted for sure after 3 years if you're good enough, for you, if you do your job well.
Yeah.
And then continue, hopefully get married. Like there was a plan.
Yeah.
Right now there's no plan.
Yeah.
If you think about it, because there's so much happening that you don't know next year where you'll be as a millennial. Maybe you'll have this job and then you'll get fired, you'll downsize, all these things. So then how do you because for me investing can come off as gambling because you don't really know how to go about it. So if you want to make proper investments, what do you look into?
Wow.
Yeah.
Your point has actually really made me reflect.
Yeah.
One, on the point around how complex life has become.
Yeah.
And then secondly, the pressures that come on the back of social media. Yeah. So complexity, given cost of living, given uncertainty, the longevity or the lifespan of different things have changed. The say average employment life sometimes was 20-30 years. It's much shorter. Sometimes could be a year or so.
Mm-hmm. It was very predictable.
And it was predictable, you're right.
Yeah.
I think the first thing I'd say is when it comes to investment, given that point, I think it's important to self-educate, because in the complexity of life, so has there been, the rise of complex investment. I'm talking crypto here, FX trading.
Yeah.
So don't go into something that you don't understand.
Okay.
Yeah. So please self-educate.
Yeah.
And I sit in different settings where people will talk about, oh, this is the new thing. We saw quails and
I remember
all those other pyramid schemes, and people have lost money. Yeah. So given the complexity of life, let's reduce the risk of losing money by self-educating.
Yeah.
The second one, I think there's a few fundamentals that have remained. Yeah, well, very few. One, like skilling, upskilling, sort of is a survival tactic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Matters, the lifespan, longevity of employment is shrinking. I think with skills, you'll always find a way to make money.
Okay.
And I'm also conscious that there's a huge assumption on my side. Yeah, but I'm talking about, like, we didn't have the creative economy back then.
That's true.
Given what mobile and the different forms of technology have given. So skilling, upskilling, knowing what you're good at, you can find different ways to build an income. And then
so you have to just find out a way to monetize.
Yes, extremely important. So learn your skill and figure out how to monetize it. And it's not an overnight thing. Do it progressively.
Okay, that's true.
Yeah.
The overnight thing will stress you because if you don't get what you want,
you'll abandon it.
Then it will also affect your creativity.
Exactly.
You're like, now am I doing this? And I'm like,
And you will abandon it. You've heard of the 3 feet from gold, where you try something, it doesn't work, and then you quit just before you make it.
That's true. That's
true. And then the second fundamental is figure out places where there will always be demand. Like food. People will always need food.
Yeah.
And there's this huge push from the government. Like, if we all got involved in one form of agriculture or another. And I know, like back then, people tried subsistence farming. It was never revenue generating. But, there's mechanized ways of doing it. And let's get involved in food production.
Yeah.
That way, at least the basic needs are met. Even if you don't make money from it, at least you don't have to buy, some of the basics, like whether it's your herbs, your grains.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Because we all have to eat.
we have to
Every
eat.
single day.
Exactly.
So that is something that will always be constant. So
Exactly.
you just need to find out, okay, that's clever.
Yeah.
So the safe bet is things that you know for sure.
They'll always be
They'll always be there. Oh, okay, that's
they'll always
clever.
demand. So I mean, that's my very broad
Yeah. So
view of it.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, that's okay. Even like with now with drone technology, using it for agriculture.
Exactly.
Whether it's for pesticides and or for planting as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Thank you so much for watching that highlight video. If you want to watch the full conversation that we had on the game drive, click here. I'm going to put it here. Don't forget to like the video, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, or even share with anyone who would be interested in this conversation. It helps my channel and it helps me make more videos like this. Asante. Bye.